Hello and welcome to my channel. I am the virtual truck instructor and we're going for another ride today. And we're going from Bulgaria, Veliko Tarnovo to Bacău, I think, in Romania. It looks like a nice route and I will explain why it took so long for me to start driving again the moment we have coupled the trailer. I'm driving in one of the newer Volvos, I think. We can take a look outside when we have the trailer coupled. Let's take a look outside first. It's the FH16, 750 horsepower, bunch of light on it, but I still don't like driving at night time. And this is where we drive with. I hope I can keep it on daytime. Normally we have time enough. There's 17 hours remaining and that's real hours, so that will be no problem at all. So let's first take a look at the route. It's going over the border here, and so it seems like an interesting road over here and over here as well. A lot of bends in the road. I don't gonna change anything. I think we have to, yeah, it's 13:34, so it's 1 o'clock p.m. So I think we have to take a rest. Yeah, maybe not. I will see what we do on the road. Let's first start driving and then we will see what we encounter. As I said, I don't like driving in the dark, especially because sometimes it starts to stutter, so a whole lot of lagging, and I don't know why that is, but it happens. And that's especially at night time, and I really don't know why at night, when there is less detail, it starts to stutter. But I've been away for about 2.5 months, I think, and it started out with being away for a week, and everything from there was going wrong. First we had the change in the software. We had an update and it wasn't working well. We had also an update of Windows and an update for my VR glasses, so I couldn't find out in time why it wasn't working like it should. So I thought, after I was going to my father in Ireland, I should go for a week. I would find out what it was. And then things started to happen. 2 days before I went to Ireland, my father was in a bad accident, a car accident. So I visited him in the hospital and not at his home. And things were looking a bit better at the end of the week, so I went home. And exactly a month after the accident, I got a phone call that everything was going very bad. 2 hours after that, my father passed away. And that's actually why I wasn't there. I had to go to Ireland again. I had to bury my father, taking care of a lot of stuff. And it's still not finished. But I wanted to do something else than just being working on the things in Ireland. And I'm getting a bit more time, so I'm starting recording again. I've tried out a lot of things, had to do a lot of new settings because nothing was working still. I reinstalled my computer and discovered that it probably was all with the software of the VR glasses in combination with Steam VR. And I recorded in Steam VR, so that wasn't working anymore. So I had to find out how to record another way. And as you see, it is working again. It's not lagging anymore, not the way it did, because it was really terrible. Made me sick. So the lagging was really terrible. I couldn't post anything about of that. I was doing the driving school. I recorded that, and I can show some of that, but it's really, really bad. I missed even some turns at the end because it was lagging so much, and it makes steering very, very difficult because you go forward in a moment and then you are not at the same place as you thought you were. But it looks like it's working fine now. A different way of recording. And I will go on from this. Probably not 3 times a week yet. And maybe I don't do that anymore to keep the pressure a bit lower. Because I do this for fun. I don't earn any money from it. You have to have much more subscribers to get any money, and I don't do it for the money. I do it because I like the driving and share a bit of what I think and what I do. And for the people who don't know me yet, I was actually a driver instructor a long time ago, at the end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s. And I don't work anymore. I can't work anymore, so this is the thing I like to do for about an hour, 1.5 hours, the maximum. And yeah, I do one ride and then stop recording. And most of the time I also stop driving then. I see I didn't fill up, so keep my attention also a bit with the driving. Doing all the gears isn't necessary. And we have to climb the bridge. And luckily I have a pretty strong truck, so it will go. As you see, no problems. And I hope the webcam will also record the right way, because I just installed that one and just tried all the video settings, and it looks like the quality is as it was before. I have to slow down a bit. Brakes are still let's go to the side here. The only thing I have here, but I think it's not visible on the video, is when I turn that the image seems to blur a bit. But I think that's the VR glasses in the software. It's not totally keeping up. And this game is not made for VR. It is working, but it is not like it's a native VR game. Okay, last step for the border, I think. I don't know why the people have no arms here. We have to drive behind a caravan and a whole lot of other. It's difficult to look over my shoulder like this. My neck isn't very good anymore. One of the reasons I don't work. But I don't have to look that much over my shoulder, so. Why is he waiting for me? Okay, that's the one he was driving in front of me. He took another road. There's a sign on the road that he has to give way. In the residential areas, there's sometimes some stutters that it's lagging, and that's probably because there's a lot to see. And it's also doing that without a recording. So probably it isn't very optimized at some places. But I think I'm happy to be back, as this recording goes well, of course. I know that when I finish everything, I'm not in a hurry, but I may be trying to post this tomorrow at the end of the day, when all the software is working as I like it to work, because I had a completely new install on my computer, so also the video software is reinstalled, so I have to set that as well. It's DaVinci Resolve, it's free software, and it turns out to be working much better than Adobe, because I had first I worked with Adobe Premiere, but it crashed on me several times, and I really don't like it when things go wrong. Even in the game I have to control myself not to flip out when things going not as they should. So, but I can always honk away some words when necessary. Some sunflowers here. And if you have some comments, you can always place them under the video. I will always read all the comments. And I know I don't drive perfectly, it's because I'm not driving like an instructor, especially not at the moment. Now I can do that, of course. I have done some videos about the reverse driving and things like that.
Keep left, then turn left.
And I will do the driving school somewhere in the future. Which one is what? There's still coming some traffic from that side, so I have to drive here. I have to be careful not to hang over with my trailer, because the AI isn't that careful. And they just drive into you. And I'm driving in the online part, so I cannot do more than 90. Also not on the motorway where we drive now. I'm allowed to do 100. That's the only thing in the online profile. I can also drive offline here, but I choose to do the online one. You have a bit more time and you can skip the nights more easy or easier. yeah, for the new people, I'm myself from the Netherlands, so I do have an accent. I make mistakes in English, maybe sometimes some stupid mistakes, but that's how it is. But most people will know what I'm telling and what I'm talking about, so it will be no problem. And my father was living in Ireland together with my mother after they got their pension, just because they loved Ireland. Lovely people. Still love it to go there. Very friendly people most of the time. Very helpful also with the things we had to do there when we were there the last time. So it was a good choice to do their pension there. I think the new truck makes a little bit more noise than the old one. I don't know exactly why. Maybe the noise is more as it actually is. Dial down the volume, because I don't like a lot of noise right beside my ears. I have the loudspeakers almost as a headphone on this VR set. It's a Pimax Crystal with the earpieces right beside my ears. Let's see how this goes, because I see a lot of... Oh, this is the weird roundabout. The difficult thing with the AI is oftentimes that they are very, very late with the indicator. And they are not always visible. That's why I was stopping. I didn't know what the car was doing. Because they seldom brake, they just crash into you. And I use the no damage mod, but sometimes it's registering damage somehow. And a lot of people say it's cheating, no damage mod and no fines. That's what I like. I can get fines enough in my real life, so I don't like them to have here. And especially not because the AI is a bit crazy and they cheat as well. And they are most of the time pretty annoying. When you drive behind them, they go too slow, and when you want to overtake them, they speed up. When they are behind you, as is now, they want to drive faster. Even now, the red car is right behind me. I'm driving faster than the 80. but I have to brake anyway. There's a pretty sharp bend coming up. I don't want to roll over. I will try to find a resting place around 8 o'clock, I think. Yeah, otherwise I have to drive a few hours in the dark. And you don't see much. There is a viewpoint there, so I'm gonna stop over there. Because we want to see what's on the viewpoints. But it's still light enough. Okay. Let's see what's to see. Yeah, I don't gonna pronounce that. If you wanna read it, you can pause the video. It's a beautiful sight here. The mountains, the little villages. In a normal life you cannot fly around like this. Only the sunset is sometimes a bit making it a bit hazy. And here we have the truck again. I like this color combination. And we're back in the truck. Just keep on looking if there's something coming. And if you're careful enough, they will stop for you when you cross the line. I have to do it slow, but they will stop. Let's do half or gear back, a bit low in revs. And we're not in a hurry. Well, maybe I will stop over there. See a resting place a bit further on. I hope it will be light enough. It's 7:30. Most of the time it depends a bit on where you are in Europe. But normally in the Balkan the sun is going down pretty quick. Still going higher. Have to shift back anyway. A beautiful view here on a castle. We probably can see it very well from the resting place. Just have to be careful driving up here. Okay, let's stop it here. I'm first going to look out of the truck. There's the castle. Cannot get up higher. A lot of water here going. Let's see what happens when we take a rest. It's getting light. It's not totally light yet, but it looks nice. But I have to turn the truck a little bit to get the view, and this is better. Still see the lights a bit. There it's still dark. Okay, let's drive again. Yeah, and I maybe will do some changes in my gear this year somewhere. Actually like to have the seat that's moving. It's pretty expensive. I'm not sure how I can fit it in my room here, because the whole setup is standing in my living room. It's already a bit cramped. Still have 16 hours and 44 minutes, so time enough. So I take it easy here. We have the sun right in front, so the visibility is a bit low, but we go to the left a bit further.
Then turn left.
A lot of people on the road
Turn left.
this early in the morning. Quarter to 6.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Then I know people in America use the AM and PM time. Here in Europe, most of the time it's a 24-hour clock. And I was surprised to hear that American people or the US people call that military time. For us it's just normal time. We're totally used to it. All the digital clocks are 24-hour. And it's much easier because there's less mistakes. Because everything more than 12 is in the afternoon, so PM. And you get used to that very quickly. When you're young, you have to subtract 12 from the number, and you have the time, and then it goes automatically. You just know. But I always use the 24-hour clock. And I think everyone here in the Netherlands, we have of course the normal clocks with the numbers, that's with 12. But all the digital clocks are with 24-hour. Have to remember not to move too fast, because it will get people dizzy. But it's something you do subconsciously. And as you see, I'm taking my time, not hurrying. There's a train going. I see the rings of the endpoint flashing on my navigation panel, and we're gonna cross the train here. Attentie, la tren. I tried the automatic gearbox of this truck, but I don't like it, as most of the automatic gearboxes. Only the electric truck is driving pretty good. The electric Scania is for me is the better one then. but I like the shifting. It's quicker, you're always in the right gear. Almost always. Almost is a bit of a big thing. Because you have to choose the gear, of course. But sometimes the automatic gears will not shift up as I would like to. Keeping hanging in the lower gears, making a lot of noise. And as I said before, I don't like noise. Looking regularly on the screen of the navigation to see what corners are coming. This is a bit bigger one. The next one is a tight one again. And I have to shift back, otherwise it starts gliding. Something I never had on any truck, even not on the oldest trucks, especially not on dry asphalt. And I have been gliding once, going downhill in a wet weather on cobblestones, and it's not the front that goes gliding. It's the backside that gets pushed away because of the weight of the trailer. The trailer wants to go straight on. And what saved me then was using the trailer brake. I had a special brake on the dashboard. I wasn't driving very fast, but wet cobblestones are pretty slippery. And it's a long time ago. And that's the only time I can remember sliding with a truck and trailer a little bit. I think it was one of the first times I was driving it alone, because in that time you had also the wedges trucks with the hangers where you did the exams with, and we just started to do it with the truck with trailers, so that was pretty new. That time we're talking around the 90s, beginning of the 90s, so it's a long time ago. It's 35 years back now. After that I did a lot of other things as well. That time I was bored pretty quick, so after I had all my instruction papers, did that for a while, and then started as a coach driver, driving internationally with people on holidays. And after that I started learning the computer. I got my papers as a Microsoft certified systems engineer. started working with that in 1999. And did that until I couldn't work anymore. And as I said, when you're driving behind the AI, they are very, very slow. Sometimes the feeling I'm barely driving. Veliko, something like that. Not sure. Probably be pronounced totally different. Here we have a restaurant. Nice little village. But I like driving these roads much more than driving on the highway in America. I do own American Truck Simulator as well, and I drive that also, but way less than in Euro Truck Simulator. I'm probably gonna get onto the 2000 hour mark in Euro Truck Simulator next week. And that's a lot of time, I know, but I'm driving for several years now, almost every day for an hour and a half, so it's going pretty fast then. But as I said, I like the driving. And I can't drive long enough to earn money with it. So I do it in virtual reality.
Take the second exit.
Let's take a look here. A big church and someone on a horse. And the exit is on a roundabout. So we can keep right. Never drive on the left on the roundabout. Although some people still try to cut you off when the indicator is pointing to the left, that you follow the roundabout, because when you're on the roundabout you can't see anything at your right side. And if you drive at the left and you have to go to the right, look, you can't see anything now. If you have to change lane, then it's very dangerous.
Keep left, and then turn left.
And that's the reason why most truck drivers will stay on the right side.
It's all over.
It's over there. There's not a lot of room. Let's try it like this. The rear axle is steering. As long as the trailer is in the good direction, it's okay for me. The truck is always flexible. Let's. The steering wheel is straight, otherwise I can't find the buttons. Driving here is, I don't know how long it will take. 85 kilometers. This one is much closer. Just have to fill up, because otherwise I will forget that. Let's do that first and then end the video there. Filling station is visible from here, so nobody's coming. And the filling station is probably behind the traffic lights. Why is it making so much noise when I immediately... Oh, it's right here. Immediately pushed the clutch in. And still it made a lot of noise. It happened because I was switching the wrong button. Okay, let's fill it up. And that sometimes happens. In a modern truck it will not work because there's some protection. Okay. And that's it. We're still in the wonderland, but I did that all without the recording. I'm gonna end the video right here. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of it, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you will be notified when there is a new video coming up. Thank you for watching. Bye.